Namaskar and very good morning to viewers. Viewers, we have been discussing about reforming assessment. To go back to the previous lecture, I would like you to recall that we were talking about the automated aspects which are very much relevant presently and as well as keeping in view the future of the globe, and how the system can be automated, which aspect of the evaluation system or the examination systems which can be automated. To go back to the previous lecture, friends, whenever we talk about automating the system, that means that we are automating the first step to the last step. The first step is generally the registration of the students, and whenever we get the student registered and we generate the unique PRN, then the student becomes the individual, and because of that unique PRN, the record management of the student also remains simple. And in due course of time, after 10 years or 15 years or 20 years, the student, because of those unique PRN, can assess one's own detail, one's own certificate, and that unique PRN governs the system of the in such a manner that the student is retained as an individual till the certification is done. Utilizing the registration of students on the system, we have to address it. We have to go further. That is the filling up of examination form. That also needs to be done online, as most of the national organization and international organizations are doing. In fact, the e-admit card or hall ticket can also be generated, and this is also being done by quite many agencies presently. Then, from the point of view of the fact that what kind of aspects are required or how the system is run for conduct of examination, we can also have online preparation of list of paper setters, and if we have the preparation of list of paper setters online, we can easily add, delete the paper setters, and we shall also be able to save paper. Saving paper means saving environment. Friends, as we discussed in our previous lecture, that question bank system is something which makes the assessment system more fair, transparent, as well as capable of evaluating on the aspects which are important from the point of view of the learning objectives. May it be the skill based assessment, may it be the critical assessment, or on the basis of the assessment of the fact that the application based knowledge is to be assessed. So friends, question bank system can easily be operated if we utilize the IT. As we discussed that by utilizing the IT, the question paper generation is just take minutes time. Even the distribution of question paper can be run with the system of encryption. Presently, it has been done because of the fact that COVID-19 made it mandatory for quite many agencies as well as universities that the examination system makes it flexible system, creates a flexible system and a feasible system for the students to appear in the assessment. So what was done was that question paper was made available to the students at their home with the help of encryption, and the encryption also made the question paper being feasible. Now friends, this can be further improved in such a manner that we can have very many number of question papers. The encryption can help us in providing the maximum sets of question paper. The encryption can also help us in providing the question paper in such a manner that it is viewable as well as answerable on the by the students on the system itself. Friends, it has been seen that in the COVID-19, during the COVID-19, the most of the examination systems which have been generated by the universities or by the schools for their internal evaluation, it has been seen that in those systems they were not able to control the quality aspect, and they were not able to control the cheating. which is a big problem as far as examination system is concerned. To control that, what we need to do is we need to include more of objective type questions. If we are including more objective type question paper, then naturally the cheating will be controlled, and apart from that the students will get less time and would be applying one's knowledge. Application based questions will be testing one's own understanding of the information. So we can be assessing the student on the learning objectives which are expected to be. Apart from that, what we can do is that we can have the question paper of if we want to have the subjective type question paper, then we can have open book test kind of a thing. For open book test, we can incorporate the questions which are not testing the information but which are testing the application. If we have more of those questions, then naturally no book or no resource, the IT resource made with the Google, the students wouldn't be able to find their answers. This is something which has to be kept in center while setting of question paper whenever we talk about open book test, that the student should not be able to Google the information and just paste it. So it's very important that the kind of a question we create, whenever we create the open book test, we should keep in mind that it should be able to evaluate the skill of the students. It should be able to evaluate the capability or ability to apply one's own information, as well as evaluate the understanding of the concepts by the students. Digitization of answer scripts, for on-screen evaluation of answer sheets. This is also something which has been done, that answer sheets and presently what has been done by most of the assessment agencies in the schools or in the universities, those answer sheet scripts are transformed into PDF, and those PDF has been passed on to the evaluators and they have done the evaluation on screen. It can be further improved by utilizing technology in such a manner that those answer scripts can be more easy accessible to the evaluator. Rather than having it converted into PDF, we can have the on-screen evaluation by having the evaluator present while the examination is going on or just after the examination is over. So the evaluator, if he or she can have access to the answer sheet on screen, which is more clear, because what has been seen during COVID-19, that whenever the PDF was converted, there have been issues of clarity of the answers. There have been issues of clarity of the photos which have been taken by the students, because the camera has been utilized by the students as to take the photograph of the answer sheets on which they have attempted, and that has been usually converted into PDF and passed on to the agencies, the assessment agencies or the examination agencies, and those examination agencies has further, without looking into it, they have further transferred those sheets to the evaluators, and evaluators found it difficult to assess, the reason being that either the photographs were not taken properly. So these are the issues which we need to work upon as to improve online assessment. Another important aspect which is also being taken care of by quite many agencies, and I think it should become now the word for any assessment system, that is tracking the student performance by utilizing the software. In fact, even the mark submissions can be done and the viewing of results can be done online. Viewing of results, if we talk about CBSE, that is being done online, and by most of the organizations, viewing of result is available online. Even the online verification and online rechecking system is also available because of the agencies like NAD, that is depository system, which is responsible for not just keeping the document safe but also responsible for making it available for the verification purpose or for the student to go back and find out one's own document. So digitization of certificate is very important. Digitization of certificate will not just control as far as tampering is concerned, it will also result in easy retrieval by the agencies who want to look at those certificates. Another important aspect is certificate authentication system. Who would authenticate the system? For certificate authentication system, we have to utilize technology. Technology can be utilized in proper manner, in such a manner that the chances of tampering of the documents is zeroed. And for this, the students will have to avail the documents, as well as the agencies who want to view the document. They would be viewing it and asking for the authentication by the agency whosoever has given the certificate or the degree. So, certificate authentication system can be created, and which is also very much required and is still being run in the hard copy, because the students who are applying for the outside, as well as the organization who are taking the student, they usually go for certificate authentication. And because it is going in the paper mode, the result is that it takes months for certificates to be authenticated, as well as the chances of tampering is also, as the chances of cheating also increases. So, if certificate authentication system is generated online, then naturally it will make things easy just on the click of the mouse, and it will also be easy for the agencies who are hiring or who is taking the student for the higher education to authenticate that, to see the authenticated document. And of course, the authentication will also be easy for the organization whosoever has given the certificate or a degree, because it will be available on online and it will be verifiable from the documents which are available with the agency whosoever has given the certificate or a degree. Another important aspect which we need to talk about is, we have talked about the procedural aspect, we need to talk about personnel aspect. Personnel aspect means manpower aspect. It is usually seen that why the organizations are not able to work in a systematic manner, because most of the organizations are people centered. By incorporating technology, we can make the organization work centered rather than people centered. As COVID-19 has made mandatory for the people to work from home, and it is being seen that when the people are working from home, the management is coming out to be the work center rather than becoming the people centered. As well as it is easy to make the people accountable, it is easy to identify the duties of the people, it is also easy to control the overlapping of instructions, which is very much a problem as far as the organization is concerned in the systematic working of organization. And it would be easier to keep the SOPs in place as far as the guidelines is concerned, the working guidelines is concerned. And if we have the SOPs in place, then naturally we would have the better quality control mechanism. Friends, when to go back to the assessment system or the evaluation system or the examination system, the most important aspect of any examination system where we require quality control is the paper setting stage. It's important that we are able to control the wastage of time as well as human resource. And if we want to control the wastage of time and human resource, it's very important that we have the work being performed simply. Usually, whenever there is seen any kind of a wastage in any system, usually it is seen that this is being done because of lack of management. And why there is lack of management and how the lack of management have an impact on the system? If there is lack of good administration or the management, proper utilizing of the human resources, and not being able to create a transparent and fair system, that results in work becoming complicated. And when work become complicated, then the result cannot be given in the timelines. And that usually is done because of the fact that file processing, friends, in the administration, usually it is seen that the problem which is resulting in all the complication is the file processing. File processing system is the same in Indian context, which was being practiced by Britishers. There are not much changes as far as administrative or the file processing is concerned. We need to incorporate technology. That means that rather than following the file processing in the way as we have been doing till now, we shall be utilizing technology in such a manner that the file processing can be done on the click of the mouse. Apart from that, even in utilizing the technology also, we have to keep in mind, because of usually whenever we say that the person is bad in working, that means the person is very poor as far as file processing is concerned. Usually we will find that there are multiple files created on the same subject, and whenever we are trying to find out something important or some file, we are not able to find it because it has not been processed well, and the competency or the knowledge of the file processing is not with the individual or the personnel. Whenever we talk about the financial aspect in any system, that is given a backseat because of the lack of record management, and because of the fact that the system is personal oriented. And because it is personal oriented, the result is that the people can sit on the file for months together, and this is something which this kind of system existed during the kind of Britishers, that the file was moving at the pace of very slow pace. But now it is very important that the files are moving. Files means information, files means decision, file means it should also be able to represent the working, how it has been processed. So these are the information whenever we talk about the file processing. That means that the file should be crystal clear as far as what has gone into it, what kind of decisions have been taken, and it has to be very transparent. Friends, the RTI has made it kind of mandatory on all the officials or the administrators or as well as the officers to see to it that whenever the information is being sought, the person has to provide the information even from the file. So that also makes a kind of mandatory for the administrators that the file processing is done in a systematic manner. It is realized by the officers or the officials that the files will stay even longer than their own stay, and because file is going to speak about their working for longer, and files would speak about not just their working but also about their professional behavior. So they should keep in mind that the files are being processed appropriately. They should be able to show their competence, and they should also work upon improving their knowledge. In fact, even organizations should improve the knowledge of the file processing by the staff. This is also something which is very important, because only then you can make the employee accountable as far as the case is concerned or the file is concerned. Another important thing, whenever the file processing is being done in a hard paper form, it is seen that the stacking, the record management is very poor, and that results in that whenever there is a student or there is somebody who is seeking some kind of information, so to retrieve the information itself takes weeks and months. This is not something which is acceptable in the global world when the technology has looped in, when the technology has made things so easier. So it is very important that we utilize technology appropriately, file stacking is done appropriately, and the information should be available not even within few hours but within few minutes, and on the click of the mouse it should be available on seconds. So the hard aspects of the file, that is the paper aspects of the file as well as the softer aspects of the file, need to be worked upon, and they have to be administratively controlled. Another important aspect whenever we talk about the personal centered management is that the key responsibilities, the KRAs, key responsibility areas is not clearly defined, and because key responsibility areas are not defined, that results in people not being held accountable, the people being able to shirk their responsibility. So it's very important that any organization, any section does define their key responsibility areas. So whenever we talk about solutions as far as personal management is concerned, friends, first is that we have to shift from personal centered to work centered management. Secondly, we have to improve the work culture by adopting objective approach for handling any issue and every issue. Then there has to be proper scheduling done. That means that in January we should be clear that what kind of work have to be done in November. If that kind of scheduling, if that kind of time framing is available, then naturally it is easy for not just the people to work but also other the stakeholders to understand that when to expect when to expect the result, when to expect the examination, or when to expect the documentation of their certification. Another important aspect is that the time limit shall be provided to them along with the SOPs. Whenever we talk about SOPs should not be only concerned about providing the processes and guidelines for streamlining the work, but also be concerned about one, reducing expenditure. Secondly, they should also be concerned about introducing fairness. They should also be concerned about automating the documents parallelly and independently, and this is possible only if the personnel in the branches are earmarked, their work profile is earmarked, KRAs are in place, SOPs are in place, the standing orders are there. Only then we can say that the responsibilities can be fixed easily on the people. This is a very important aspect for running the organization in a fair, transparent manner, and this is very important for introducing discipline also and making personnel accountable. Another important aspect which is very important for any system to run is frequent job rotation of staff. By frequent job rotation of staff, what we mean is that the people should be working in different areas. If the people are working in different areas, then naturally they would be learning more. And job rotation has to be seen positively, because job rotation ensures improvement in learning of the personnel. It also provides more ideas, because whenever the new people join any system, then naturally they come with new ideas, they come with new mechanism, they come with new passion, and naturally when we have the work profile in place, we have accountability in place, then the job rotation will always yield positive result. Friends, another important aspect which we need to talk about is, whenever we talk about assessment, is that how to create the question paper. Whenever we talk about the question paper, that means we are trying to assess the students, measure the students for intended knowledge, skill, abilities, and we are trying to make it fair for all test takers. Any question has to be valid, reliable, and fair assessment is to go by as far as the question paper is concerned. How to go about it? We have to have standard set of guidelines in place. We have to have the quality assurance procedures as far as any item development or the test development is concerned. That will include multiple checks as well as rigorous rounds of reviews. Whenever we talk about question paper, friends, we are concerned about the learning objectives. We are concerned about the cognitive level of the items. It is very important that we understand that how cognitive level of an item responds. The test taker, if he or she has to be evaluated, he or she is evaluated for information. He or she is to be evaluated on skill based, or he or she is being evaluated on application, or he or she is being evaluated on understanding. These are the basic framework as far as the Bloom learning frameworks are concerned. So whenever we talk about MCIs in particular, we have to be very focused on the fact that all the cognitive level as given by Bloom are evaluated by during the item formation. Item means the question in the test as well as or the question paper. Here we will be only talking about only 4 aspects of the Bloom taxonomy. Remembering. What does remembering means? Remembering means we have to have items which requires the questions which require recall of facts, which require recall of figures, which requires recall of values, formula, names, and processes from the memory, because remembering is basically information based question. Then we have the understanding. Understanding means those items should be requiring simple processing of above information, that is facts, figures, value, formula, names, and they should be able to classify, summarize, compare, infer and exemplify that information. Only then we would be able to say that yes, understanding has been assessed by the item. Then there is application based questions. Application based questions means that they require execution of A and B. A and B means the information as well as the understanding. If we are able to apply, if the student is able to apply the understanding, if the student is able to apply the remembering, then we can say that the application based question is created. Then there are higher order questions. Higher order questions means that these are the items or the questions which require deeper thinking, like reasoning, analyzing, organizing or evaluating of the information. If the questions require all these kind of aspects from the student, then we can say they are the higher order questions. Friends, apart from creating the test items, it's very important become for any agency or the system to have the item validated or reviewed and certified as far as the test item is concerned. How to strategize as far as improving the test quality is concerned? There is metadata sheets. Metadata sheets means that we provide to the item setter or the question paper setter that what kind of assigned difficulty level is expected from every syllabi. That means the syllabi is usually distributed into the parts, and those parts are decided by the sections. Those sections will decide that what kind of difficulty level or the cognitive level can be assigned to that particular sections. So metadata sheets has to be created for providing to the paper setters, and that metadata sheets is usually created by the expert from those field who understand not just the academic aspect, not just are well versed with the curriculum or the subject, but also understand the Bloom taxonomy well. Only then we would be able to, if we provide the metadata sheet, then only we can ensure certify the accuracy of item content as well as correctness of the key. What is key? Friends, key means the options which are available to the students. Apart from the appropriate key, we do have the distractors. Distractors, friends, here we are talking about only objective type questions. Distractors are the options which are made available to the student as to distract him from reaching the appropriate, the exact or nearly exact answer to the question. So friends, if we want to make the question or item more difficult, then we will have the kind of a distractor which are very close as far as the right option is concerned. If the distractors are very close to the answer, then the quality of question will become difficult. If we have distractors which are away, which are quite as a distance from the right response, then we will have the easy kind of a question. As far as reviewing and validate the question, we also need to ensure that the kind of items we have, they are free from the biases. They should be sensitive to the issues of gender, caste, color, culture, religion, as well as PWD. Friends, ensuring the content of the question as well as ensuring that the free from biasness, these are the aspects which have to be kept in mind whenever we have the items created. So friends, whenever we have the item created, as we have talked about, just to go back to the things which we have talked about. One, the unit based distribution of the test item should be there. Then there should be clarity of the term of the language. Then the instruction should be clear. The distractors have to be framed in such a manner that they are there, as well as they should be there in some near to the stem. What is stem? Stem is generally the question. And of course, whenever we talk about objective type assessment, it's very important that the stem, that is if stem can be in the form of a passage also. Whenever we talk about taking comprehension, we have the stem in the form of a passage, and the length of the passage has to be in such a manner that the student should be able to go through the passage easily and go back to the questions and accordingly decide that what kind of answer is appropriate. Because whenever we talk about objective type evaluation, friends, it is not about choosing the right option. It is about rejecting the distractor. If the student is able to reject the distractor, only then he or she would be able to reach the right option. And while creating those items, it is very important that the item writer does provide the reason for those distractors and how those distractors are related to the question, that is STEM, but they are not the correct answer or the correct response as far as the question is concerned. Friends, on this note, I would like to end the reforming assessment. Friends, in the series of lecture which we had on the assessment, we have talked about the administrative aspects of the system improvement. We have also talked about improving the academic aspect of the question bank or the creating the question paper, particularly the objective type. Friends, have a good day. Namaskar.